Hello and welcome to another Royal Reviewer live pop-up chat. Hello and welcome wherever you are in the world. Okay, so I have just had to pop on and we'll get to why I'm popping on. In fact, actually, this wasn't the reason why, well, the title of this video is not actually the reason why I was going to come on and make this video. I've actually got a whole page of notes about other things, about other different royal stories. I want to talk about Doria spending other different royal stories. I want to talk about Doria spending Christmas or not spending Christmas with the royal family. I want to talk about the Boxing Day shoot with Harry. Will he go? Will he not? There are so many things I want to talk about, but whilst I was planning this video, something else cropped up, and ITV announced on Twitter that Thomas Markle, Meghan's father, if you didn't know already, is going to be doing another television interview tomorrow at 6 a.m. Well, from 6 a.m. in the morning. He will likely make interview points all the way through that morning's show. So it's Good Morning Britain tomorrow on Channel ITV from 6 a.m. onwards. My goodness, can the man keep quiet? Can the man keep it zipped? I mean, oh my goodness, we were talking about it in my Saturday live chat. And I was saying, you know, if I could say one message to him, what would it be? And it would be to keep it zipped. He has to rebuild the trust. How on earth is Meghan ever going to trust him again? My goodness, I mean, I didn't really want to even talk about this tonight. In fact, on my live chat, I banned Markle talk. But, I don't know, it's just, it's one of those things, it's cropped up, and he is doing an interview. What will he be talking about? I have no idea. What will he be talking about that he hasn't already said? I feel exasperated. I really, really do. I feel exasperated for him too, actually. I feel exasperated for Meghan. I feel exasperated for us. And I feel exasperated for him because he just doesn't know when to stop. What's he going to say? I'm anticipating the theme of it will probably be about all the press, all the media that's going on at the moment, all the negative media surrounding Meghan. I anticipate that he will likely say that, you know, when they weren't estranged from each other, that she's not like that, that she's not this sort of domineering character that's, you know, bossing people around and all the rest of it. He's likely to say, like he said before, that he sees her as demanding, but he said he didn't recognise the person that the media is reporting. And I think that's probably going to be the whole thread of the interview. But who knows what else he might say. Apart from what I've just said, I see no other things that he can possibly talk about. I don't know. I feel exasperated. So, I'm going to go to the chat room. We have so much other things to talk about as well, which I will get to in a moment once I've found the chat room and found you guys. Because that's one of the good bits about these live pop-up chats, is that I can talk to you and see what you guys are saying as well. So, here's the chat room. It's coming up. Let's just bear with me a second. Okay, right. I want live chat. Okay, let's just do a few questions. Sorry, I'm not doing the hellos. I'm just trying to get to comments. Olivia says, what do people want from Meghan? Well, this is her father doing it. Squealer says, love your channel. Thank you so much. Vicky P says he will not stop hurting his daughter. And Maria is hello from Barbados. Well, I always have to say hello to Barbados, don't I? Margaret says, oh no, obviously he hasn't learned from the past. No. Vicky P says he keeps teaming up with the people that are against her. It's so sad. Yes. Oh, by the way, yes. Good Morning Britain is Piers Morgan. He's the interviewer. Olivia thinks that Good Morning Britain is paying him big, although he did say he's not doing it for the money. I mean, whether you believe that or not, I'm just saying what he said. MC Hammer thinks there's something wrong with him mentally. Vicky P thinks his ego is out of control. Dawn thinks that he's a fool. Eliza says, "Oh my lord, I'm so sick of Thomas Markle. I wish the British press would leave Harry and Meghan alone. I do too." Olivia says, "Don't blame him alone. It's Piers Morgan and all the hate." Well, yes, I mean ITV are the ones that are, you know, paying him or at least allowing him the platform. Marta says Thomas is a bad father. Well, I wanted to do a separate video on the whole bad father, failed as a father thing. And actually, I read a little bit of the TIG, her blog that she wrote that is now shut, Surface. I think it's been floating around for a while, but there was several. There was one particular blog, and I spoke about it on my weekly live show, on my chat show on Saturday, where basically she told the story of actually what a good father Thomas was. Obviously, when she was younger. This was written in 2014, and she was recalling things that he used to do, like, for example, putting together a biracial Barbie family because there wasn't one that you could buy. And she said that, you know, he taught her to find her light and to not be constrained by a box, to make her own box. So she painted a picture, actually, of a really loving, doting, dedicated, protective father when she was younger. I think all the stuff that's gone on since she started dating Harry, and obviously since the whole wedding episode that went on, or the pre-wedding episode that went on, where he did the fake photos, I think from then it's gone totally downhill. And I think he's not performing as he should now, I think. But I think in the past, when she was growing up, I think he was a good and loving father. So we can't say that he's completely failed as a father. And let's not forget that between Doria and Thomas, they did raise an incredible human being in Meghan, and a human being that is conscientious and that does want to help other people. And, you know, we can't forget that. So let's not completely diss him. But I do think he's making huge mistakes in carrying on with all this media by doing interviews. It's too much. It needs to stop. Okay. So yes, that's Good Morning Britain, ITV, tomorrow, 6 AM. Thomas Markle, if you've just joined us, I'm just recapping. Thomas Markle doing a new interview with Piers Morgan. Karen says he is damaging their relationship so bad she will never speak to him again. He's not doing himself any favours whatsoever, I shall say. And of course, we don't know exactly what's on his agenda to be saying. Kathy G says he was a good father until the greed reared its ugly head. Doria is showing the world what true love for your child is. I would agree. Doria is taking a really good position, and that is keeping it zipped. She's not been speaking out. She's not been saying anything. She has been the model parent throughout all of this. I don't think Thomas knows completely how to handle the whole situation. I think he's still had some really bad advice. However, that is no excuse. I still think he should know better after all what's gone on, especially when he knew that staging the fake photographs was wrong. He should have just turned around and said, "Meghan, I've made a mistake. I've done wrong. You know, I'm sorry. I'll never do it again." And then keep it zipped. That would have ended it all there and then. She would have, wanted him still at the wedding. I know he had the heart attack thing, whether you choose to believe that or not. But he's saying he had the heart attack, so there we go. But yes, I think everything would have been fine if he'd have just done what I just said, just apologised and moved on. That the trust wouldn't have been so badly damaged. Now I think it is fatally wounded. I really do. Lara Clark says, how awful they are using him. No one with his best interests in mind is advising him to keep quiet. What a shame. I'm advising him. Thomas, don't do the interview. Pull out. Pull out. Just Thess says, yes, apologise and shut your mouth. Yes, he should. Oh, we have a super chat donation from Sharon Nichols of $10. Thank you so much. Who says, so happy I finally got into a live chat. Happy Sunday for me. Thank you. I'm going to give you, not a black fan flap, I'm going to give you a yellow fan flap. So thank you so much for the super chat donation. Ta-da! Okay. I don't think there's anything else to actually say about this now because we don't actually know the contents of the interview. Who knows? Just for a little bit of balance and check, he could go on there and be completely grovelling and begging Meghan's forgiveness publicly in the hope that it reaches her. Okay, I am being optimistic there. You know me, I like to be optimistic about things. But we have to give a little bit of balance and check. It might not be all bad. He might surprise us. He might go on there and say completely lovely things about Meghan and beg her forgiveness. Who knows? We don't know. So what I am going to do is tomorrow, probably about 7 o'clock British time, I may come on and do a pop-up video discussing what he did actually say, because obviously this is just kind of announcing that he's going to do it, but we need to actually see what he is going to say. So I'll come on and give my assessment of what he has actually said when it comes to it. DD has donated $14.99, who says thank you for what you do. Thank you so much for what you've just done. A big fan flap to you. Thank you so much. I'm going to move on now from Thomas Markle because, like I say, we don't know the full content of it, so there's no point getting completely all aerated and hot under the collar until we know exactly what he has said. But yes, I'm sure we all have our own personal views on what he might say. The next point, which I was actually going to make this whole video about anyway, was actually, will Doria spend Christmas with the royal family? Okay, first of all, we had reports, unconfirmed reports, that she was going to spend Christmas with the Queen at Sandringham and Harry and Meghan. Then, well, I made a video, how many weeks ago, maybe a month ago, about Doria spending time at Christmas, and I went through a whole load of options. I went through the fact that any news was actually unconfirmed. The royals will never confirm what Doria is doing. So I did start by saying we will have to wait and see. We will know on Christmas morning, or we will know if she's paparazzi'd leaving California or arriving in Britain. Then we'll know, or we'll know on Christmas morning for sure. But I did go through all the options. The one option being that she stays in America, in California. The other option, which I said was probably most likely, was that she would come to Britain and spend Christmas with Meghan, because she didn't last year, and also with baby bump on the way and Meghan's first Christmas as a royal family, it would make sense that she would, but not confirmed. Or the third option, which was completely out of the question, was that maybe Harry and Meghan would go to California and spend Christmas with Doria over there, which I completely poo-pooed out of the question because I definitely knew that that was not on the cards, even though some people were talking about it. So I poo-pooed that one. Since then, we know that Harry, Meghan, William and Catherine are going to be spending... My screen froze. Are going to be spending Christmas Day at Sandringham with the Queen. That has been confirmed by Kensington Palace, so we know that. So we know that Harry and Meghan are not going to California. But what we don't know is where Harry and Meghan are going to be staying. Are they going to be staying at Sandringham House with the Queen? Or, like last year, are they going to be at Anmer Hall with William and Catherine, which is their home in Norfolk, only about a mile away from the main Sandringham house. Now, this is where I think things have got a little bit muddled and a bit confuddled. So obviously, we have all the reports of the Fab Four rift and the tensions. Now, you know I don't believe any of that. However, we have to go with what's been reported, kind of. Bear with me a moment, you'll see where I'm going. So it kind of made sense that pre-tension reporting that maybe Doria had planned to spend time with Harry and Meghan at Sandringham House with the Queen. Possibly. And the reason why I say that is because I kind of tried to think about it, and if Doria was coming over and Harry and Meghan were going to spend Christmas with William and Catherine at their home, it would be a little bit odd for William and Catherine to have your brother's wife's mother with you staying. Now, I know we know it's Doria, but it would still be a little bit strange. I tried to put it in my own perspective, and that's like me having my partner's brother's girlfriend's mother to stay with me in my house at Christmas. I don't think I'd necessarily like that. No dissing. But, you know, it would be a little bit awkward. It would be a little bit weird. Just think, you know, try and put that into your perspective. You know, would it be a bit strange? I think it probably would be a bit strange. So, now that, for whatever reason, the plans changed, you know, well, whether they changed or not, William and Catherine are definitely spending Christmas at Sandringham, not with the Middletons. So yes, Harry and Meghan, since all this tension talk, now it's, if they do spend time with William and Catherine at Anmar Hall, I think that would make Doria coming untenable. So maybe plans were changed there. I do think possibly originally, maybe, like I say, Doria, Harry and Meghan were supposed to stay in the main house at Sandringham. It's all a big hoo-ha, it's all a big speculation thing, but that's what I'm kind of thinking. So since all the plans changed, I'm thinking now that maybe Doria just thought, you know, let's not even go there. Maybe next year, once all this tension talk is over. So let me know what you think about all of that. H. London says it's very strange indeed. Mary says, where or who are the sources of all these stories? I'd like to know that too. Please tell me. I think they're pretty much made up. Annette says, personally, I think she's coming. She knows the horrible media blitz they're done on Meghan. Personally, my own personal opinion, this is opinion, not fact, my own personal opinion is that I think she would want to spend this Christmas with Meghan. She's got her baby on the way. She didn't spend Christmas last year. It makes the most sense to spend Christmas this year. But since all these media tensions and changes that have gone on, maybe now that is untenable for this year. Like I say, if Harry and Meghan want to show some kind of unity, you know, by staying at Anmar Hall with William and Catherine, it would be a little bit awkward to have, you know, Doria there. I'm not saying Doria is awkward. We know, you know, I'd love to have Doria in my house for Christmas, but in terms of, like I put it into my own perspective, it's a little awkward. So yes, I think maybe plans may have changed behind the scene that we are not party to. But I would love her to be here. Nobody would like to see Doria walking out at Christmas morning than me. I would really love to see her. But now I'm not so sure that's going to happen. I'd like it to, but I'm not so sure. So the upstart of that whole story is we are going to have to wait and see. Nobody knows for sure. No newspaper, no YouTube channel knows, because nothing has been confirmed with Doria. We are literally going to have to wait and see if we see her leaving America, arriving in Britain, or until that Sandringham morning when we see them all walk into church. That is the only time that we will actually know. Okay. Oh, Margaret says Charles has a house at Sandringham. Maybe they will stay with him. Who knows? I mean, there are lots of cottages and things on the estate, as we know. Like I say, we don't know what the plans are, but it would seem, you know, weird for her to come over, them all go to Sandringham House for Christmas, Doria to stay behind. I mean, some people were saying, you know, maybe Doria's not even invited to the dinner. Well, that would be weird, her coming over just to spend time and then not even go to the dinner. That definitely wouldn't happen. If Doria is over, then she will be involved fully in everything, completely. But like I say, it's a big if. We don't actually know. Henny says, Doria, this is a very grown woman we are talking about, not a small girl. Yes, she has her own mind. You know, maybe she wants to spend time with her, you know, her larger family in California. We don't know. But, you know, I just think perhaps, seeing as she didn't spend Christmas with Meghan last year, maybe she'd want to this year. I don't know. Nobody says, do you feel it is wrong for one family to receive hundreds of millions of dollars from the taxpayers of the United Kingdom for absolutely no reason? I most certainly do not, because there is a reason. They do so much good work, and all the money that they actually receive doesn't go to them to spend on Cartier and, you know, all this business. It actually goes to fulfil the role of the monarchy, the upkeep of the palaces, the renovations, the public engagements, the transport to and from these engagements. Everything comes out of that money. So they do not receive a salary for doing that work. So no, I completely disagree. Oh, Laverne Mars has donated $10 via Super Chat. Thank you so much. I'm going to give you a big fan flap, a yellow fan flap. I think we've pretty much dusted off the Doria Christmas thing. You know, we are no further forward with Doria coming at Christmas than what we were when we started. But at least we've discussed some of the options, and I hope you understand kind of what I've been going at. I don't know. Okay, the next story. Royal patronages. So, as we know, the royals are probably, collectively, there are probably 3,000 royal patronages. The Queen is patron to 600 alone. Alone. That's a lot. And as we know, back in, I think it was, what year was it? It was 2016. It was the tail end of 2016. Out of those 600, when it was announced that she was going to be scaling back some of her patronages, I thought, my goodness, maybe she's going to get rid of half. Maybe she'll get rid of 300. But no, the Queen's idea of scaling back was actually 25 charities. She actually gave up 25 charities. That's not a lot. Your Majesty, that's not scaling back. That's just taking a little pinch of water out of the ocean. That's not scaling back, Mrs. Your Majesty, that is not scaling back. So the 25 charities were split between senior members of the royal family. And, you know, Catherine had some, William had some, Princess Anne had some, Charles had some. All the royals took on some of those 25 charities which best fit themselves. Now, we know that Catherine has become patron of Evelina London. It's expected, maybe, that the Queen is planning another round of giving up some of these patronages. Maybe another 25. I don't know. Your Majesty, you can scale back a little bit more. You need to put your feet up, okay? It is okay. You can give up more than 25. You know, try 50. Give up 50 or 100. Okay, I'm going to give you a target, Your Majesty. Give up 100. There are plenty of royals able to take the slack. You can put your feet up a little bit, okay? There's even Beatrice and Eugenie, I'm just saying. Okay? So, it's expected in the new year that she may be giving up some more patronages. And, you know, one that's been tipped is that maybe Meghan is going to receive some. Well, it doesn't quite work that way. They aren't necessarily given them. A bit like titles, they aren't given them. Meghan will be looking to see, probably of the Queen's charities, which ones are the best fit for what she wants to go into. And what has been mooted is obviously anything to do with theatre. So we saw her, she was having private talks with some theatre-based charities, one of which the Queen is patron. So it's expected maybe that she will be announced as royal patron in the new year, and then possibly the Queen may relinquish some of her patronages again in the new year at some point. Unconfirmed, but that's looking the most likely source. So that, you know, these charities will still have a royal patron, basically. So there won't be any kind of immediate change or effect on those charities. In fact, in, you know, Meghan's case and Catherine's, maybe they'll have even a higher profile. So the charities kind of stand to gain as well, actually. And that's kind of all there is to say on that. Now, one story which annoyed me. I was annoyed at this story. Again, it's all kind of... There's lots of speculation stories at the moment. Lots and lots and lots of speculative stories. Just kind of fishing. They're kind of putting things out. So, this time, an academic, okay, let's see how academic she is in a moment, has accused Meghan of dropping her feminist beliefs. Oh, really? Oh, really? Has Meghan dropped her feminist beliefs? What was the first thing that Meghan did? What was it? Someone tell me. What was the first piece of real work that Meghan did? I'm waiting. Someone let me know. I hope you get this, or else that's just totally gone. What was the first thing that Meghan... What was the first project that Meghan did? Abortion, no. Come on, you know what it is. The kitchen, yes, the hub community kitchen. Now we know, yes, the cookbook, that was her project. Now, who ran the hub kitchen? Was it men or was it women? Let me know. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. We'll see how academic this woman is. Women. Yes, it was women. So, Meghan was championing women. So has Meghan dropped her feminist values? No, 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 no. She has not dropped her feminist values. And probably she's holding back until she has kind of shaped her new patronages and the type of work that she wants to do. So I think we'll see a lot of her work going around feminism and all that kind of thing, just because she no longer has her social media. There was an accusation that because she doesn't have social media that she's dropped her feminist beliefs. What a load of rubbish. She will be expressing her feminist beliefs, I'm quite sure, through the work that she does once she picks up a pace with her work. It's only because she's taking the time to properly research and source what she actually wants to do. And of course lots of private, unseen visits as well. Just because she doesn't have the TIG anymore does not mean that she has dropped her feminist values. So, like I say, she's waiting to shape her royal role, and I think feminism will play a major part of that once it's slowly unravelled to us all. So, whoever that academic with... Oh, really? Yes, oh, really? The next piece of news, Prince Harry with the Boxing Day shoot. Okay, so we know that the royals have a traditional Boxing Day shoot. It's on the estate. I'm not going to get into the ethics of hunting. We know that Meghan has strong feelings for anti-hunting, anti-fur, that kind of thing. We know that the royal family are pro-managed hunting on their estate, because let's not forget, whatever they kill on the estate, they eat. It gets used on the estate for food. So in a way, you know, nothing different than, you know, buying meat in the supermarket. That meat will have been killed for you to eat, unless of course you're vegan or vegetarian, of course. But you know, same kind of thing. They cook it, they kill it, they eat it, or kill it, cook it, eat it, whatever. I've got that wrong somewhere. So yes, that is what they basically do. So there's reports that Meghan has kind of banned him, stopped him. He didn't attend, I think, the previous one. I'm not sure what the reason was. Perhaps it was Meghan. But I'm waiting to see if he does attend this one or not. I think if he does, it will obviously prove that he's, you know, Meghan hasn't been stopping him from doing anything. If he does, seeing as he was such a keen hunter before, if he does miss it again, then we can probably safely assume that perhaps he has changed his opinion. Again, we don't know quite why he would have done that, possibly Meghan. So again, we're just going to have to kind of wait and see for that. Oh, hang on just a moment. Hang on. I lost my chat window. Oh, I'm nearly back. Here we go, I'm back. Jamie says they cook it, then they kill it. Quite cruel. I don't think they sit there strangling them. I think it's like one pop and they're gone. Like I say, I'm not going to get into the ethics of it. But again, that's one of those things that we need to wait and see. We need to wait and see what happens on the day. And that's kind of it. So tomorrow, 6 AM, GMB, ITV, Thomas Markle giving an exclusive interview to Piers Morgan. Ah! I will be back on at some point tomorrow to discuss exactly what he said. let's not forget, he may even be really positive. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to go now. So if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to share on social media, and also hit the notification bell so that you know whenever I upload a new video. So from me in Shropshire, goodbye.